Hello everyone! Today I wanted to do the mid-year freakout tag video. So I've done this video, I believe, for the past few years, and it kind of just gives like a wrap-up of the first half of the year of reading for me with questions. So let's get going. So the best book you've read so far during the year. And there's been a couple good books, like really good books that I've read, but the one that stands out is Sky Without Stars by Jessica Brody and Joanne Rendell. This is a retelling of Les Miserables, and I really enjoyed the story of Les Miserables, and the way they brought these characters in the story together was just really good. And I had to get the book and I had to get the audiobook, so yeah, I really enjoyed it. So Sky Without Stars. And then, best sequel you've read so far during this year. So there hasn't been a standout sequel to me just of yet, but there's been a couple companion novels, and the one companion novel that I really enjoyed, because it made my little nerdy heart happy, was The Princess and the Fangirl by Ashley Poston. It's about two girls who switch places during a Comic-Con, and like what happens. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. Okay, the next question is new release you haven't read yet but want to. And Sorcery of Thrones by Margaret Rogerson. I just really like the cover and just the premise of the book. A librarian who goes on an adventure with the assistant of a wizard. That just kind of, it sounds like a fantasy book right up my alley. So I haven't been able to start reading it yet, but I really want to. So hopefully soon. Most anticipated release for the second half of the year. So there's a lot of books that are coming out in 2020 that I'm really excited about, but that's going to be like another video. But for the latter half of this year, there's, I think, a Casey West book that I really want to read. I think it's maybe this time. And there is the illustrated Harry Potter book that I want to get. But besides those, there's nothing that really is like I have to read. So there's that one. Biggest disappointments. So the ones that I really didn't like, there's actually two that stand out, and it's Field Notes on Love by Jennifer E. Smith and Unearthed by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner. For Unearthed, I really like the authors, Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, but I think I like them individually. I read Megan Spooner's retelling of Beauty and the Beast and really enjoyed it. And then, of course, Amy Kaufman writes with Jay Kristoff, the Illuminate series, and I really enjoyed that. But this one I kind of found a little boring. And then this one, the characters just kind of got me annoyed. They wanted to grow, but there was like no growth in the story. And they were just not as likable as some other stories. So these two I had high hopes of, but they weren't that good for me. The next one is biggest surprise. So the biggest surprise for me was The Dead Queen's Club by Hannah Chapin. I really enjoyed reading about the Tudors, and when I heard that there was going to be a retelling set like in high school, I was like, oh, this sounds really interesting. But I didn't have like a lot of hopes for it, but then I read it and I really enjoyed it, and it made me happy that like how much research the author did for the book. So I just really like that. So The Dead Queen's Club. Favorite new author. So new to you. So I read this debut novel, and it reminded me a lot of Ashley Postend's Geekerella, and it's The Accidental Beauty Queen by Terry Wilson. It's about these twin girls. One of them is in beauty pageants, one of them is kind of nerdy, and the girl who's in the beauty pageant gets an allergic reaction, so she can't compete. So she asks her sister to go and compete in the beauty pageant for her, but her sister's kind of on the nerdy side, and she just like loves Harry Potter. She loves Jane Austen, and there's so many Harry Potter and Jane Austen references that I couldn't help but just like really like this book. So yeah, I am hopefully going to read more of this author because I really enjoyed it. So the next two, 8 and 9, are newest fictional crush and newest favorite character. So newest fictional crush, there hasn't been like anyone that's like, oh, I really like this guy, or you know, just like I really like this character. But I'm gonna kind of combine it with newest favorite character. The Sky Without Stars is told from 3 different perspectives, and I really like the 3 different perspectives in here. So I would say like an ensemble cast that I really, really like. They're very distinct characters, and I just really liked them. Book that made you cry. I don't think there was any books that made me cry. Yeah. No books that made me cry. Books that make you happy. And I'm going to go back to The Accidental Beauty Queen. I just could not help smile throughout the whole book because of all the Jane Austen and Harry Potter and all the fun references throughout the book. So I really like that. Favorite book to movie adaptation you saw this year? There hasn't been any really like big movie adaptation that I remember, unless I'm forgetting. But there's one coming up, and that is Sanditon from Jane Austen. It's coming on PBS, and I don't know when it's coming on, but it's coming up, and I really, really want to see that. Okay, so I looked it up, and PBS is going to put out Sanditon later this year, and I'm so excited, especially after seeing all these pictures of it. So that is one movie that I'm definitely wanting to see. So, yeah. I'm gonna have to like think if there's like a movie I've seen this past year that I really liked that was a book to movie adaptation. But I'm really looking forward to Sanditon. Yeah. Most beautiful book you bought this far, or this most beautiful book you've received or got so far this year. And I'm gonna have to go with Sorcery of Thrones. Every time I see this cover, it is just so pretty, and the LitJoy crate has like a reversible cover. So I'm gonna have to do that. And then, what books do you need to read by the end of the year? A lot. I am currently reading H.G. Wells' The Invisible Man and The Time Machine, and a biography on the Sound of Music, like the real story behind the Sound of Music. So that I will hopefully finish very, very, very soon. So yeah, but as far as the end of the year, I think there's like the Magicians, or the Devil's Thief, I think, and then that was kind of like the bigger one that I kind of want to read. Anyway, this was the mid-year freakout tag, kind of going over books that I've read this past year. Hope you enjoyed it. Like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye.